All right, now 5:30, silenced and kicked out. So that's what a lawsuit now filed against the Cabarrus County Board of Commissioners alleges.
It all stems from an incident that happened earlier this year during a public meeting. James Campbell asked the board to investigate corruption involving the local Department of Social Services.
You can continue your comments, but you cannot call out names of county employees.
Well, let me tell you something. Until I see it on a policy that I am privy to, I'm going to continue to call out names.
Is the policy legal?
Yes, excuse me, yes it is.
Okay, so fast forward to today. Campbell claims his First Amendment rights were violated when he was escorted out of the county commissioners' meeting. But county officials say he failed to follow public comment policy that clearly outlines what citizens can say during meetings. Let's bring in Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes into this conversation. So Khalif, break down for us what exactly is in this policy, and is it legal or illegal?
I love this. I love the question at the end. Well, is it legal? Well, let's get to it real quick. This is a law school 101 question. I'll look at the policy. It's called a public participation policy. Second point, they have 4 points, but the second one's the most important. Speakers may not personally attack board members, county employees, or members of the public. Sounds innocent. Sounds like, hey, they have a policy. And he was naming public people, members of the commission and public employees, and he felt like they weren't doing their job. Okay, that seems like it violates the policy. However, is the policy legal is the question, and I don't think a policy like this would stand the muster. We're talking about First Amendment here. The First Amendment says that you cannot infringe, tread on my right, or limit or chill my right to speak in public forums or public places, specifically if it is content oriented. If you're saying you don't like what I'm saying, red flag, major red flag, flag on the play, any color of flag you want to pick, that's a flag. Now, if it was content neutral, the government has a lot of discretion. I'm not telling you you can't say something. I'm just saying you can't say it here. Totally different conversation. But I think this language right here really puts them in a bad situation because it's specifically telling you what you can't say,
right?
Which is a problem unless it is narrowly tailored and it is a compelling public interest. That's a high burden, an extremely high burden in First Amendment land.
So we know that the commissioners displayed the policy on the screen, and I just have to hold this up for everybody because this is in bold. It says public participation policy.
To know.
Very important to know.
When it's in bold, it's important.
Yeah, so my question for you is, I know they put it on the screen. Does it matter that they put this up before or after he was kicked out? Because if it's policy, right?
Published date is probably more important. It's on the website. We're in the modern era, so 2022 is when this policy went into effect, right? In the wake of the George Floyd, you had a lot of folks going to public meetings, attempting to make comments in public, some of them becoming confrontational, some of them not. So you had a lot of jurisdictions implementing these policies where they want to ensure that they can have a meeting that's run orderly. However, we have a hierarchy. A county's public policy can't trump the Constitution.
Right.
It can't trump 50, 60 plus years of constitutional precedent. And the Constitution is clear. The courts have spoken on this matter. If you're attempting to tell me I can't say something, the content of what I'm saying, it is extremely limited. I'm talking about, like they say, narrowly tailored. I'm talking about like fine-tooth comb. That's to be that narrowly tailored, and it has to be a compelling public interest. So what is your interest? Are you trying to stop people from saying something? Are you trying to protect the interests of the people that are employees? Well, you're a public employee. You're a public elected official. You've put yourself in that spotlight to be subject to criticism. And so the courts, I think this case is going to be pretty clear that they violated his rights, and it will be a while before this is resolved, but the end game, the long slot, is that this rules in his favor.
Big difference there between this situation and the Zoom bombings that we saw.
100%.
It's that maybe the policy itself isn't phrased how it should be.
100%.
Just real quick, is there a precedent for this? You were able to find?
We've seen a number of cases like this. I mean, all those cases that I mentioned before, that the court got to that point where it's narrowly tailored, all started in these type of situations where it was a meeting, someone did something wrong, they tried to stop them, and they recognized, hey, you violated their rights.
Wow, Khalif Rhodes, appreciate your insight there.